Hey beautiful, I'm Kirstie Johnston and welcome to my show, Thoughts, Action, Success. We all have aspirations and dreams. When we were younger, our hopes were big. We dream of becoming wealthy, to have a huge house, a happy family, and a supportive and loving partner. We also dream of material things like having a huge house in an exclusive subdivision, designer clothing, expensive gadgets, and maybe even luxury cars. We all know someone who seems to have everything. This person isn't usually the most intelligent or hardworking person that we've ever known. However, they seem to attract all the right circumstances and people to manifest whatever they want and desire. They make it look effortless. They may have specific skills that they cultivate and seem to attract all the situations, circumstances, and people who can help them utilize their skills to achieve their dreams. You might wonder why people who are successful attract things and situations and what appears so effortlessly. They often have the best job and business opportunities, amazing relationships, and a happy personal life. The truth is that these people have mastered the art of manifestation and attraction that has been practiced by successful leaders, scientists, and spiritual leaders for centuries. You may not know this, but your mind has the power to create and manifest whatever you want out of life, whether it's your dream job, the perfect partner, material possessions, or your desired relationships. Your subconscious mind, through your thoughts, is capable of producing vibrations that are being sent out into the universe. These vibrations end up joining forces with other vibrations that are in the same frequency to produce the outcome your subconscious desires. The thoughts and visual images that you have sitting in your subconscious mind have the incredible power to influence the outcome of any given circumstance and situation. This is why you need to take control of your subconscious mind and command it. One of the best ways to accomplish this is by visualizing your desired outcome. Visualization is nothing more than the process of recreating the sounds, feelings, and images of your desired situation in your mind. Therefore, visualization is a fantastic technique of using the power of your thoughts to manifest and create exactly what you want for your life. It's based around the idea that whatever you can design and imagine in your mind will manifest into your physical reality. For ages, the idea of visualization has been practiced by monks and mystics in the East. However, it did become popular in the West when the book The Science of Getting Rich was published by Wallace Wattles, one of the early American practitioners of visualization. Since the publication of his book, political leaders, athletes, and successful entrepreneurs have been practicing this technique. It's an amazing manifestation technique. And visualization is being used by many successful people in every field, from business to sports to science. So what is this creative visualization technique? It involves using your imagination to come up with and visualize scenarios in your mind's eye. When you use visualization techniques on a regular basis, you can pose a mental image of something and then concentrate on the situation or image for some time. The first belief with the process of creative visualization is that when you change your thoughts and perceptions, you can alter your reality. Many influential, wealthy, and successful people in the world are convinced that by visualizing a specific scenario or behaviors, you can adjust the energy patterns in your life and bring your desires and goals to you faster. Creative visualization utilizes the power of your mind to make any goal or dream come true. Now let's think back to your best accomplishment. Remember how fulfilling it felt, basking in the glory of your success and achievement? Think back to the time when the desire to accomplish that goal was merely just a seed in your mind or an idea, and you said yes to it. What were your thoughts then? Were you afraid and worried about the endeavour, or were you enthusiastic and excited? Did you visualize failure or success? Did you imagine yourself in last place or standing proudly on the podium? When you were first considering this goal, you imagined it as if it was already accomplished. This is known as creative visualization. When you repeatedly visualize a person, situation, object, or event, you dictate to your subconscious mind that this is what you need and what you want to achieve. Creative visualization is not magic. Rather, it is the natural process involving using the power of your mind to imprint a command and a desire into your mind, as well as project the right type of energetic vibrations that will attract your goal. Your subconscious mind acknowledges the thoughts that you repeat often, and then it changes your mindset accordingly, followed by your actions and your habits. This process brings you into direct contact with new circumstances, situations, and people. Your thoughts are charged up with a new creative power that can shape your life and bring you what you think about. It is believed that these thoughts move from one mind to the next, and when you are strong enough, other people that are in a position to help you accomplish your goals and desires can pick up on them unconsciously. It's essential to understand that thoughts are energy, particularly a strong idea that is filled with emotional power. In fact, thoughts can alter the balance of the energy around you while changing the environment accordingly. Most people tend to repeat specific ideas often. They concentrate their thoughts on their current situation and environment and create and recreate similar kinds of circumstances and events. This process preserves the same status quo and world. Fortunately, you can change your life's film by merely adjusting your thoughts. When you visualize different situations and circumstances, you can create a different reality. You aren't using magical powers to accomplish this, but you are merely using natural laws and powers that every single one of us possess. It isn't something tangible that you have to change. You just need to focus on adjusting your thoughts and attitude, which will then change and remold your world. For instance, if you live in a small apartment, but you want a larger one, rather than complaining about the fate and lack of finances, all you need to do is to change your attitude and thoughts and visualize living in a larger apartment. Creative visualization can help you achieve several significant things. While the power of creative visualization is a great power, there are certain limits to using it. People often limit themselves and fail to look beyond a small, restricted circle. They define themselves by their thoughts and their beliefs. You limit yourself to the life you know. The more open-minded you can become and the bigger you dare to think, the greater your possibilities and opportunities. Limitations are within your mind, and it's up to you to rise above them. This means that your thoughts have a lot of power. You've probably heard the saying, you are what you think. That's because people think in images. Even as you read a book, your mind is composing mental pictures according to how the words are written. You also create in images. Think back to the last time that you planned to do something with your friends. It takes visualization to prepare. You don't have a spreadsheet or calendar in your head, only mental movies. You imagine you and your friends doing something, picturing the experiences as you wish them to unfold. Images also have great manifesting power that increases with repetition and concentration. A single thought, such as a single raindrop, can't make a garden grow and thrive. However, many thoughts that are convincing mental images with powerful emotions attached to it can create a sustaining rain that helps your garden grow. Other people will pick up on your thoughts unconsciously. The more focused and well-defined your thoughts are, the more the appropriate circumstances and people will appear in your life, and the quicker your vision will come true. When you imagine something, you compose an emotion around it. Feeling good, which is a positive emotion, is a reward. Generally, the more you think about your goal, the better you feel, the higher your mental vibration, which will then help to manifest the mental emotion and image into reality. Creative visualization utilizes imagination to change your reality. There is no difference between the truth in your physical experience and the reality in your mind, except that you have reflexively agreed that one is make-believe and the other is real. They are merely alternative realities, and when you focus your intentions, it will help match the outer reality with the inner reality you've envisioned. Creative visualization helps to counter your limiting beliefs because your imagination is not bound by knowledge, money, space, logic, time, or any other limiting beliefs. The higher your concentration on that image and the higher your comfort in the alternative reality, the more it becomes integrated into your mind as a probability that keeps on shaping itself within your thought energy until there is a physical manifestation. It is imperative that you are aware of several important aspects of visualization that you should follow if you want it to be an effective process. Be specific. When utilizing creative visualization, you must be totally specific about your goal. When you are unclear on exactly what you're trying to achieve, it will send mixed signals to the universe. Listen to your instincts. For creative visualization to work, you must be sure only to visualize those goals that are authentic to you. Picture yourself in the vision. You have to clearly picture yourself in your vision if you want to use creative visualization to become successful and achieve all of your heart's desires. Take advantage of physical sensations. You need to incorporate sounds, smells, feelings, taste, and sight into your creative visualizations to make them clear and realistic. Enforce your visualization. Inject positive emotion and great desire into your visualization practice. Visualize daily. The length of time that you spend visualizing daily isn't as important as the level of consistency and the intensity with which you practice this. Most of all, be patient. A tree won't grow in a day, so you have to be patient and learn how to notice the subtle changes as they begin to happen. Take pleasure in these changes. They affirm your faith in the process. And stay positive. Replace all doubts with a picture of what can go well. Be persistent and diligent about this until the old negative neural pathways waste away from a lack of use. It will always be about mind over matter, since the brain is the one that dominates. Before you can manifest anything into your life, it has to exist in the brain in the first place. Visualization is a classic example of mind over matter, which can lead you to your most successful life yet. Successful people in all fields of life use the creative visualization process in their lives. If you genuinely want to see something come true, then you must use your imaginative mind. You must be able to see the outcome in front of you. The only limit to your own success is your own mind. To imagine your goals so that you can achieve them, you must visualize the desired result, activity, or event. You need to think of it in terms of you get what you see, and you need to be ready for creativity and mind synthesis to take the lead. If you want to visualize yourself getting a promotion, you need to picture yourself sitting in your brand new office with your name in gold illuminated letters on the door. Picture your black leather chair sitting behind an enormous desk. When you are done imagining the big things, shift your mind to the smaller ones. Clearly visualize the dust in the corners and the coffee residue from your mug. There is no way that you will be able to improve anything in your life if you are continually feeling lousy about yourself and the possibilities in your life. Having a positive mindset helps you to reset a tumultuous period of bad luck. Fixing your mindset will allow you to change your half-empty glass thinking into thinking about the glass as being half full. You need to seize the opportunities and move ahead in your life. The creative visualization process is similar to hypnosis. If you don't think that it will work, then it won't. The first step to ensuring that the visualization will work is to start thinking positively about the process. You want to transfer your imagination, into your reality. When you have spent time visualizing your goal, then you need to swing into focus mode just before you start the task, event, or activity. To achieve the results that you desire and lead you towards your goal, you must focus vividly on the image of the action that you're about to make. Even if the activity is something elusive like make more money, you can use your creative visualization before each business possibility and before going to work every day. For example, if you're trying to hit a ball, imagine hitting it in your mind, focusing on each stroke at the right speed and the right height. Carefully observe the instrument hitting the ball, whether it's your racket or your bat or your golf club. Send it flying through the air and settling where it's supposed to land. Include all the senses in the experience, hearing the ball approaching, sensing and feeling the impact with the racket or bat, as well as the smell of grass. Then go out and do it in reality. For the creative visualization process to work, you need to be calm, relaxed, and willing to give yourself the time to concentrate in peace without worrying about anything else. Visualization is very similar to meditation, only it is more vivid and active. Visualization encourages you to think actively about the possibilities, but you have to leave aside anything unrelated to your dreams and goals and only focus on your dreams and goals. It is essential to make yourself comfortable if you can. Having minimal distractions will go a long way in making the process a lot easier for you. In addition, being comfortable during the process will help you think more clearly and more calmly. Wanting to be the CEO of your company isn't enough. You have to think about the qualities you need to possess that would help you to achieve that goal. Along with visualizing yourself as the CEO, you also need to visualize the skills that you will need to achieve and maintain that position. You'll need to imagine the skills of listening, discussing, sharing, smiling, persuasiveness, communication, and the ability to deflect criticism with respect. The chances are that there are specific skills that you'll have to work on. Again, use visualization to concentrate on the individual skills. Bring them up to the level that you need. Bring them up to par. While pictures are incredibly useful in the visualization process, words also work really well. If you are able to visualize a self-confident, expressive you, dazzling the crowd, you can say to yourself, I have the confidence I've always dreamed of. I am gaining self-confidence and it feels great. You can repeat this statement to yourself as many times as you wish, as long as you believe it. You will never get your desired results by feeling silly about yourself. Own it. Remember that with creative visualization, seeing is believing. For you to be effective in your visualization process, you need to improve your technique. Let me share with you some practical strategies that you can incorporate into your process that will really help you make visualizing successful and so much more accessible. First thing is to think long term. If you think that you'll be able to change your life overnight dramatically, you're going to end up very disappointed. If you happen to win the lottery, you'll still be just disappointed in your life in 6 months as you currently are, unless you're able to determine what is ailing you on the inside. It's better to think long term when it comes to realizing your heart's desires. You want to try and visualize your life in 10, 5, 10, 15 years and the kind of results you really want. What do you really desire? Think about how you'll be different and how your circumstances will be different. However, You will get nowhere in realizing your dreams and accomplishing your goals if you merely create a shallow image of you driving a Porsche to your large house, surrounded by diamonds and fawning friends. This vision is artificial and won't prove to be healthy or fulfilling for you in the long run. Instead, you should envision what you want to accomplish as a human being and the legacy you want to leave in your community and the world at large. You need to think positively. As far as visualization, positive thinking, and hypnosis are concerned, you have to think about the positive. Concentrating on not being poor is not exactly a compelling desire. As such, instead of thinking about what you don't have, you need to focus on what you do have, who you are as a person, and what you want out of your life. Additionally, you always have to remember to think in the present tense. If you are envisioning yourself quitting smoking, then you don't want to rehearse the mantra, I'll try to quit. This kind of mantra is worthless because it doesn't happen in the here and now. Instead, you should think in terms of cigarettes are dangerous, I don't want them, they do nothing for me. You also need to be realistic. If you play tennis and you are trying to visualize your next game, dominating your opponent, you won't be successful if you try to picture yourself as Ash Barty. This will do nothing for you except frustrate you because you can't live up to the standards that you've set for yourself. You'll end up exhausted, frustrated, and the chances are that you'll quit. Instead, you need to imagine your strengths. Picture your coach screaming in delight when you deliver the best performance of your career. You need to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. When you first start practicing the creative visualization process, it can feel really a bit awkward. However, you have to push yourself beyond this if you want to achieve your dreams. It's entirely natural to feel a bit uncomfortable and overwhelmed by your dream world at first. But given some time, I assure you, this will pass. Remember that if it doesn't feel a bit weird at first, it means you are probably not doing it correctly. You need to be the star. It's important to remember that you aren't the audience in your visualizations. The stage is yours and the time is yours to shine. You are the leading lady in this act. You are the star of the movie. Therefore, you have to be the start of your visualizations. Immerse yourself in all your justified glory. It isn't enough to visualize your life as a film, but your visualizations must be from your own point of view. This is the meaning of full creative visualization. It is a reality like you are viewing it through your own eyes. It is not some kind of out-of-body experience. It is the future. It is real, and it's all about you. Here's some things that you can do to use visualization techniques. Grab your smartphone, take a picture, and look at it for a moment. Now put the image away, close your eyes, and visualize what was in that picture. Carefully think about the details of the picture. Are you able to precisely rebuild the image in your mind's eye? Now take a quick look at the picture. If you find that you've forgotten some of the segments, then put it back again. Practice this exercise with different images until you get the hang of it. Do this until your eye becomes so naturally observant that the 1 minute is almost too long. Now replace the photo with a 3D object. For the second part of the exercise, you'll want to replace the photograph with a 3D object. For example, let's say you have a book. Imagine the sides, the front, the back. Now imagine what it looks like when it's closed and when it's open. Bring to mind the pages, the covers, and everything in between. Picture what it looks like under a tree or beside your bed. Picture what it feels and smells like. The idea behind this exercise is to be able to shift it around in your mind. It can actually be quite tricky. Sometimes our brains prefer to live in 2D because it's much easier and takes less effort. Therefore, you'll want to take the book and rotate the image back and forth, up and down, and open and closed. Carefully consider its weight as you turn it. Consider the movement of the page as you rotate it. Picture it as a real object. Now you need to view it in the real world. For this part of the visualization exercise, you'll want to keep your eyes open. Now take the book in your mind and imagine it sitting on the table right in front of you. Picture the shadows it casts on your coasters. Move close to it. Visualize putting it in your hand. What does the book feel like? How does the serration of the spine feel against the cover? What do the edges of the pages feel against their fronts? What does the book smell like? How clear does it feel? Now you need to picture yourself in an exotic place. At this point, you'll be dealing with more than a mere object. Now you will need to try to imagine a complete scenario that you've never been in before. Be sure to pay close attention to all of your senses as fully as possible. For instance, try to visualize a beach. Imagine everything, including the way the breeze picks up the salt and blows it past the palm trees as they rub together against the wind. Now imagine the heat of the sun and its effects on the sand. Try to make the image as vivid as possible. Now take that same scene and place yourself in it this time. Feel the sand against your toes, the sun kissing your skin, the cold water running over your feet, and the sound of the waves moving in and out. Feel the wet sand under your feet and sink into the earth. Sit down on the beach and relax. Even take a nap. Allow the flow of the ocean and the noise of the ebb to lull you to sleep. This is the idea of visualization. When you can imagine yourself in a complete environment, feel free to generate worlds that you can triumph over. The mind is your playground. You can also write it down. If you're the type of person that can live through words, write it down. Write down the sensations as they come to you. Immortalizing it will help you relive it over and over again. It can work as a source of inspiration, which will help you remember the imagery with ease. When you return and read it, let the words help you recreate your visualization. Close your eyes, recite your affirmations, and develop. Take it to the next level each time. The larger your visualization gets, the more satisfying it will be. As you start to learn about the creative visualization process, you might encounter roadblocks that prevent you from achieving your best. It's essential that you are able to recognize these mental blocks and systematically eliminate them in order to visualize correctly and have the best results from your visualizations. Mental blocks work by obstructing the flow of energy through your body, which subsequently impedes your progress. These blocks are usually caused by suppressed emotions, like self-criticism, guilt, resentment, fear, and sadness. These emotions can take a toll on your mental state, which can cause it to tighten up, leading it to shut down your emotional, spiritual, mental, and even physical energies. As with any other barrier to your progress, the only solution is to remove the obstacle and resume with the free flow of energy. Here are the essential requirements for helping you to remove the barriers and get your energy flowing freely. You must first accept your current feelings, both emotionally and mentally. Being able to accept this will help you to relax physically. You must clearly identify the problem as well as determining the core issue. When you begin to deal with parts of your consciousness where the block is occurring, you need to be able to experience and immerse yourself in the emotions that are suppressed and locked up in a way that is amicable, loving, and capable of acceptance. Following these steps will not only unblock the trapped energy, but it will also provide you with the unique opportunity to watch and experience your underlying negative attitudes, beliefs, and thought processes that caused the block in the first place. When you can isolate these processes, you are able to observe them better and eliminate them. The difficulty disappears as soon as you acknowledge and accept yourself as you are. You have to accept and love yourself compassionately, as well as gathering the mental courage to release them. Negative thought patterns have become a crucial part of your perception of reality over time. And they are incredibly active in seeking to influence your world. You need to understand that these things are only your beliefs and not reality. The most useful tool that you have to lead the change is to change and alter your assumptions about the nature of life, people, and truth. And then start to act accordingly to this modified thought process. If you find that you are having difficulties and are facing obstacles in accomplishing your goals, or you experience internal barriers that prevent you from achieving your best, then here's an exercise that you can try to help clear your energy blockages. Start by writing down at the top of a piece of paper the following statement. The main reason I don't have what I want and desire is. Then begin to jot down all the thoughts that spring to mind in order to complete the sentence. Just write it down. Don't think about it. Just write whatever comes to mind. There is no right answer. There is no wrong answer. Just do a massive brain dump onto that piece of paper. You want to try to avoid spending too much time on thinking about the list, because you can end up manipulating it. That's why you just need to write what comes to your mind. Your real inner thoughts is something that's more appealing to you or easier for you to accept. Don't put too much thought into what you've written down either. You should ideally end up with about 20 to 30 things. Now you want to repeat the exercise, but you will now specify the limitations of what you want or desire. For example, you might write down the main reason why I'm not following my passion is, and continue to jot down the things that you think are responsible for this. When you are finished, go through the list and look at it with a calm mind and without any bias, because there is no right or wrong answer here, remember. Look for any specific points that you think are particularly true for you. Try gauging the effects of these limitations on yourself and your world in general. Next, you want to write down all of the negative attitudes and thoughts that you have about yourself and others. Next, take some time to carefully analyze the content and try to overcome the thoughts and ideas that consciously and unconsciously tend to have control over you. If your emotions overwhelm you during this exercise, don't resist them. That's not wrong. That's part of this process. Instead, you need to accept them as a vital part of your thought process and try to experience them as much as you can. This phase might also be associated with flashbacks about your past. This is because your parents and teachers told you something that when you were young that shaped your current perspective of the world. Finally, when you feel as though you've completed this entire process and you've gotten in touch with your negative thought processes and beliefs, you need to take the piece of paper, tear it up, and throw it away. It's gone. You've removed them. This needs to be done to symbolize that you're ready to let go and move on from your rigid thoughts and beliefs. Now you need to relax and repeat some affirmations to enforce the more open, constructive, and positive ideas in order to replace the negative ones. I'll share with you some positive affirmations that you might want to use. I am entirely free of my past. I've gotten rid of all the negative and limiting beliefs that I've held, and they no longer have control over me. I want to forgive and release everyone in my life. Now everyone is free and happy. I don't have to please others intentionally because I am likable in everything I do. As of now, I have released all the disappointments, fear, grudges, resentment, and guilt that I had gathered in my life. I've dissolved all of the negative self-images and attitudes I've carried about myself, and now I love and appreciate myself. Every obstacle that prevented my happiness and full expression of life is no longer there. Now that you've worked through the negative thoughts that have been blocking your energy, you can begin to heal the pain and unhappiness that other people have brought to you, as well as the pain that you may have brought to others. Let me share with you a release exercise. The main idea behind this exercise is learning how to forgive and let things go. Start by taking a piece of paper again and write down a list of all the people that you think have caused you harm in the past, who haven't treated you well or have been unjust to you, or just people that you have an ongoing resentment for. Next to each name, write down precisely what the person did to bring you harm or the reason you dislike them. Then you'll want to close your eyes gently and relax. Clearly imagine each person you mentioned in the list and have a short conversation with them individually. Make sure you explain that even though they had previously hurt you in some way, that you are now ready to forgive. Finish the conversation by saying, I release and pardon you. You can go with your own life and be happy. This process will allow you to unblock the energy that has been trapped and let you use it for more productive purposes. Going through this process will help to lighten the load of emotions that you might have been carrying around for years and helps you start the process of forgiveness. The most exciting part is that your effect is passed on to others. This means that when you forgive the people on your list, even when you aren't in direct contact with them, they will subconsciously pick up the signal and enable them to clear their lives. Another one is a list of forgiveness exercise. This one will have you doing the exact opposite. Rather than writing down the names of people who have hurt you in a way, you'll write down the names of who you think you've hurt or committed an injustice against. Once again, start by closing your eyes and relaxing completely. Begin to picture everyone on your list and inform them of the wrong you did to them. Ask for their forgiveness and their blessings. Next, you want to picture in your mind the other person granting you forgiveness. When you've completed the process, write down at the end of the page the following: I have forgiven myself and absolved myself of any guilt. Then tear up the piece of paper, get rid of it to complete the process. Asking others forgiveness, like forgiving others, will help to unblock the energy that you need for the creative visualization process to work. Freeing you, this mental space will allow you to clearly visualize yourself succeeding and obtaining everything that your heart desires. Both creative visualization and meditation are empowering techniques that you can use to enhance your self-awareness and consciousness. As well as effectively focusing your mind, visualization is a beautiful way to bring positive energy into your body, mind, and spirit, effectively increasing your capacity for creativity. Meditation involves focusing the mind while relaxing your body, a useful position from which to start visualization. When your mind is clear and your body is relaxed, you can use your imagination to visualize ideas and images. Visualization and meditation can heal and teach. Having a subtle idea about what you want to accomplish in your life is very different from pinpointing precisely what you want to manifest. This general desire or an indistinct need for something more is what many people are dealing with daily. They know that they want something better or something more from their lives, but that isn't enough for the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind requires details to focus on. Fortunately, regular meditation can help this. General meditation techniques can help you clear your mind so that you can pinpoint exactly what you desire, which you can then use focused meditation to envision the exact thing that you want in a manner that makes it seem real to your subconscious mind. This is the real secret to creative visualization. When you gain the ability to concentrate all of your attention on the one thing that you want, you can bring it to the forefront of your subconscious mind. The unconscious mind is this part of your brain that actively works to find solutions to problems as your conscious mind takes care of the everyday business. All you need is 5 to 10 minutes, a couple of times a week to make your subconscious mind work for you to bring the things you really want into your life. Before you can begin the creative visualization process, you have to have a clear and specific idea of what you want. For example, if you're going to be rich, you have to know exactly how much money you wish to have and what it looks like to you. Imagine where you would like to live. What kind of things would you want to have? Is there a specific lifestyle you'd like to lead? Take out a pen and paper and a notebook and make a note of every aspect of the goal that you want to achieve. You will have more chances of realizing your goal when you can be as specific as possible. For example, if you have the intention to start eating a healthy breakfast every morning, then you can see yourself waking up early to make a healthy and nutritious breakfast. This is a relatively simple goal that you can have excellent control over. When you have realized the result of the visualization for the simple goal, then you can proceed to work on more demanding and extended goals. Just like any skill that you're trying to master, practice does make perfect. When it comes to trying the creative visualization process on a goal that you hope to achieve, it's recommended that you practice first. You can do this by picturing yourself doing something that you already do on a daily basis. You could visualize yourself getting ready for work in the morning. Start by creating a mental film of the routine that you follow in the morning. The more practical the experience feels, the more effective it will be. When you have mastered visualizing something that you already do, you can move on to the next step of actually visualizing your real goal. Before you can begin, you need to be in a relaxed state. To do this, you should find a quiet place to relax and practice your breathing meditation technique. As you start to inhale and exhale slowly, begin to focus your attention on every breath. Next, you'll want to start to concentrate on every muscle in your body from your head to your toes. Take the time to tighten and relax each of the muscles slowly. Next, you want to start looking at yourself from an outside perspective as though you are a character in a movie. This is referred to as the third person perspective. You want to see yourself doing what you want to accomplish. So if your aim is to lose weight, then you need to see yourself getting slimmer. Finally, move to the first person point of view. This is as though you are inside your head, peeking out. Since you are looking outside from the inside, you need to feel the sounds and emotions that accompany this experience. This point of view is often really difficult for us. If you have difficulty doing this, you can move back to the third person perspective and then move back to the first person perspective after a few seconds. Continue practicing this creative visualization process until you have successfully achieved your goals. You are only limited by how big your imagination is and how open-minded you are to the possibilities. Leonardo da Vinci and the Wright brothers did that when they imagined a flying machine. They didn't allow themselves to be restricted by the fact that a big and heavy machine could never leave the ground. If a dream makes you happy and resonates with you, dwell on it often. Visualize that it has already happened in all of its joy and glory. The only limits to your imagination are the ones that you decide to put into place. The length of time for your creative visualization process to work will depend on the intensity of your desire, your level of trust you have in the process, and the frequency and intensity of your visualization practice. Small desires and wants can happen almost immediately, while larger goals and dreams might take some time to manifest, but never give up. However, if you are patient and have faith in the process and delight in the practice, your life will change right before your eyes. In today's high consumerist society where materialism has overtaken our lives and our family, and where quarterly figures have become a measure of nation's standing, it can be difficult to see past the idea that material possessions will make us happy. While the material things that you collect will provide you with momentary happiness, this false sense of happiness can quickly fade, leaving you feeling empty and unfulfilled. Living with gratitude is one of the major keys to living a happy and prosperous life. Gratitude is one of the greatest virtues that you can possess in your life and something that you can easily learn. Having a lack of gratitude in your life can make it more challenging to make it through difficult situations and has left you feeling a void in your life that you can't seem to fill. Fortunately, in the next episode of Thoughts, Action, Success, I'll share with you a step-by-step plan to achieving greatness using the power of gratitude. Just before we go, I just wanted to share that I've currently got some limited vacancies for new coaching clients and wanted to offer the opportunity to my show viewers and listeners first. If you're interested in finding out more about coaching and if it could work for you or you need some help with your visualization, that's what we're here for, then I'd love to talk to you more. And I offer a complimentary, no obligation discovery session so you can experience it for yourself. All of my contact details are available on my Facebook page or on my website, KirstieJohnston.com. In the meantime, come on over and join me in the Thoughts, Action, Success Facebook group for exclusive access to further inspo action from this and previous episodes, and also some other content that I really want to share with you. In the meantime, have a fantastic rest of the weekend, and we will talk again soon.